Hi guys, I'm Grandy. Thank you so much for clicking on this video. It literally means the world to me. Honestly, it really does. Literally every like and every comment means so much to me, so I really appreciate it. But yeah, I hope you've been well and I hope you've been staying safe. Today I'm going to be doing a story time video. So yeah, I thought I'd share this really cool story time with you guys. It happened to me a few years ago, and as you can see from the title, it was the time that I actually got a job by being rude and loud. Okay, like it's weird because typically what we learn is that, you know, in order to get interviews and get jobs and get internships, you have to be in your best behavior, you have to be well behaved, you have to be like, yes mom, how are you doing today? Yes, I'm the best candidate for the role. But no, this wasn't like that at all, and that's how I typically am in interviews. I'm just like the best version of myself. I'm polite, you know, I'm there, I'm alert, I'm just like, oh my gosh, you look so great. But this was the opposite of that, and yeah, I'm gonna get right into it. So get yourself some snacks, get yourself some water. I've got my water here because we're trying to be healthy. I watched a YouTube video and this girl said she drank a gallon of water a day and she like saw great benefits from it. She got like less bags, her acne was disappearing, and you know, she was losing weight. So I was like, let me get onto that water thing, let me try that. It's free, so why not? So yeah, I've been drinking a lot of water. But anyway, let's get into the story time. Okay, so this was a few years ago. Let me paint the picture. I was working in retail at the time. So I was at my shift at work, and straight after my shift was my older sister's birthday meal. So yeah, I basically got changed as soon as the shift finished. I got changed at work and there was a dress code. Everyone had to wear all white. So I had a lot of bags on me that day. So I had a bag full of my work clothes and my work shoes. I think I had brought my makeup bag with me to work so I could, you know, top up and be looking like a snack. Yeah, so when I left work that day, I was in the new outfit, but I literally had like, was carrying like 3 different bags. I called my Uber to take me to the restaurant where my sister's having a meal. So I get into the Uber now, you know, get into it, and you know, the Uber driver's talking as usual. So while I was in the Uber, I was basically like putting on my shoes, you know, putting on my high heels, because I wasn't about to walk from work to the cab in heels. No. And I don't think I could even walk in heels that well, so I think I would have been like that girl, that meme. It wouldn't be like her with all my millions of bags. So I thought, let me be wise and put my heels on in the cab. Oh, I also was painting my toes in the cab. Oh guys, this story is kind of ratchet. So yeah, I was even painting my toenails in the cab because I left everything last minute. That's the type of person I am. I'm a bit of a last minute queen. But things are changing and I'm trying to be organized. 2020 organization. Oh yeah, so I was painting my toenails and I'm trying to put on my heels, and I'm literally in the backseat of the cab like this, like I have to restart my potatoes. Oh. Like literally, I'm just trying to hurry up and do it quickly, and we get to the location and I'm like, oh my gosh, I have to get out of this cab and my shoes aren't even on properly. It's a mess. So I'm literally hopping out of this cab. I've got these heels on, I'm grabbing all my luggage and everything, so I'm leaving and I'm just like falling out of the Uber. And then yeah, so I say thanks driver, and then he drives away, and it was like a feeling like as soon as that cab drove away, I just knew that I left my phone inside it. Like I just knew it. I literally got out of the cab and I was like, where's my phone? Where's my phone? Where is it? So I start to look for my bags, and I had like 4 or 5 bags. So I'm like looking. I'm like, I just know that I don't have it. But I didn't panic, you know. To be fair, I'm quite a sorry guys, my lash is trying to come off. My lash is trying to humiliate me and come off. Can you not try and disrespect me today and come off my eye? Just stay on. Okay, I think we're good. I was like, do you know what, Satan? You're not gonna win today. I'm not gonna panic because I serve a living God. Yeah. So I was like, I'm not gonna panic. I'm not gonna panic. No, I'm not gonna panic. I'm just not gonna do that. I just start to walk towards the restaurant because I'm like, I get there, then we can try and sort this out. So I'm walking with my millions of bags, and then I see my brother, and he's like walking towards me, like away from where the restaurant was. And I was like, oh hey bro, what are you doing here? And he's like, okay, so we were calling your phone and the cab driver picked up and we spoke to him and he said he's driving back now and he's bringing your phone. And I was like, oh my It literally was like, oh, what a relief. So basically where we are is this really big like shopping center, so you have to walk through the shopping center to get to the restaurant. So it was as I was walking through the shopping center that I saw him. When I saw him, we basically just walked back into the shopping center and thought, okay, let's wait inside here until he comes. So where I was basically sat, there was loads of like magazines placed around. But as I saw this, I thought, okay, let me pick it up and just start, you know, reading, because I love fashion, I love beauty, you know. So this is where the story gets interesting. Okay, so I picked up a magazine and we sat there just waiting for the cab guy to come. I just started scrolling through and I just started, you know, voicing my opinions. And basically I'm someone who talks to themselves. If I'm just doing anything, I'm usually like, oh, what are they doing? Oh my gosh, that's so weird. Whenever I'm watching TV, I'm always like talking to the characters like, oh my god, what are you doing? Like, stop it. Or like, you know, I just always voice my opinion and I'll just talk to myself, literally. So as I was reading it, I think I was just like commenting on what I was seeing in the magazine, and I wasn't really talking to my brother because my brother doesn't care. He wasn't really paying attention to me, but I must have just been talking to myself, but you know, quite loudly, which is what I later found out. So basically it got to this particular page in the magazine and I just thought, oh gosh, this is awful. So basically, if I can quickly just like describe to you what it was, this was obviously the spring issue of the magazine, and a lot of the time in fashion, when it comes to spring, they love to do pastels, like spring pastels. In this editorial, it was like some models that were used with like a spring backdrop, like pinks and yellows, and like it was that kind of vibe. But it looked like they basically just wanted to do a spring feature but thought, let's make it funky. So they basically like backcombed all the models' hair, and it just looked awful. It just looked like they were just trying to do like a spring issue, but they thought, what can we do to make this not basic? Okay, let's just backcomb the model's hair. And in all honesty, I did not like it. So I was literally just thinking, I think I remember like roughly what I was saying, and I was basically saying,
I was like, so you're doing a spring issue and you thought, let me not make it basic by backcombing the hair and making it look horrible. Like, if you want to do spring, why don't you just make it creative in a different way? Like, oh, that's so weird. Ghetto.
I don't know, I think I said something like that. And as I was saying that, I was like, I must have looked up, because do you know when you can feel someone looking at you? It was like that. And I just looked up and I saw this like older-ish white gentleman, and he was looking at me, and I was just like, why is this man looking at me? And he looks quite like dapper, quite suave, but I just thought, like, do you know, low-key, like when you're a child as well, you're kind of thinking like, pedo alert. Do you know what I mean? Like, when I saw him look at me, I had like my pedo like antennas rise up, like stranger danger, stranger danger, stranger danger. Literally, that's what I was thinking at the time. I was still like in college at the time, so I was between like 17. But he just kept looking at me and I was like, oh my god, that's so weird. But anyway, in my head obviously, but I just kept like, must have just kept, you know, spewing my opinions. I was like, ew, I don't like this. Then this man starts to come over to me. Then I was like, what is going on? Why is this guy coming over? So as he comes over, I'm just kind of like, what do you want? Like, what are you doing here? And then the guy says to me, oh, hello. Yes, I heard you talking about the magazine. What is it that you were saying? Because
I'm the editor-in-chief of this magazine. I'm the editor-in-chief of this magazine.
And I was like,
bruh.
I think my mouth literally dropped open. I was like, no, I was like so shook, right? And he was like, no, like, go ahead, tell me. He was like, I was really actually interested in what you had to say. He was like, yeah, my name's, so yeah, let's call him Mark Anthony. He was like, yeah, so I'm Mark Anthony. Usually when you look at magazines, like at the front of them, they have all the different roles of everyone in the magazine. His name was right at the top because he was literally the editor-in-chief of the magazine. So he was like, yeah, my name, that's me. Yeah, so what was it? Go ahead. Tell me again what you were saying. And I was like, well, and this time I basically told him again, but with a lot less oomph. So I was just kind of like,
well, in terms of this spring issue, I just feel like I don't see why they chose to, you know, backcomb their hair. Instead, why didn't they just, you know, portray the spring trends in a different way instead of just having them in a studio with a pink and yellow backdrop.
So yeah, I literally just like told him everything that I was saying, but in a much like nicer way, because I know for a fact that first time as he was walking past, when he heard me, I know I was not being nice about it. I know I was just like saying my opinions and saying the distaste that I had for that editorial. So yeah, after I told him, it was like, oh, to be honest, like you really, what you're saying is really making a lot of sense. And yeah, I really love like your opinion. I think you have a lot of fresh ideas. If you're interested, I'd love to get you on board in the team. I'd love to, you know, speak with you further. So because his details were literally like at the front of the magazine, he was like, so that's my email address. Literally call my assistant, that's their details, and tell them that we spoke, and yeah, let's get in touch. I'd love to, you know, get you on board. And then I was like, okay. And literally after that, I got in touch with the team, and yeah, I ended up working at that magazine. And obviously at the time, I loved fashion magazines. It was like a very unreal experience for me. And what was like crazy about the whole experience was that in secondary school, year 10, so you're about 14, 15 years old, you're basically told to do work experience in places that, you know, or where you aspire to work. So of course at the time I was so obsessed with Ugly Betty. I so badly wanted to work in magazines. Because I'm from the UK and I don't live in London, I actually live in Birmingham, which is a city that is like either the second or third biggest city in the UK. So there's not really many magazines that are based here. There was only literally one fashion magazine, and yeah, so the one fashion magazine that I reached out to, they said to me, oh, you know, we'd love to have you, but you're too young, you're only 14, but you know, keep doing your thing, keep grinding. But what's crazy about that is that same magazine was the same one that I was reading on the day, and the editor-in-chief literally walked up to me. So don't you think that is crazy how life works? Mind-blowing, guys. Another crazy thing is the fact that I was sat in that exact spot at the exact moment reading the exact magazine when the editor-in-chief walked past, and the only reason why I was there was because I had left my phone in the cab. Do you think that's crazy? Because, you know, if I had not left my phone in the cab, I would have just, you know, had my phone with me, walked straight to the restaurant and had a great time at the meal. But no, my brother had seen me, we'd been sat in that exact position, I'd been expressing my opinions, and then, you know, the editor-in-chief somehow was walking past. Like, scenarios like that really blow my mind, and I just think it's absolutely crazy. So yeah, I think what this story teaches is never be afraid to express how you feel and express your opinion, even if it's contrasting to what everyone else is thinking. You are such a unique person, and you are in that room for a reason. So if you have a different opinion to everyone else, don't be afraid to express it. I know it's very much easier said than done, because I've even been in places where I've been timid and I've been like, oh no, I don't really want to say that because, you know, it might be wrong, it might be the wrong thing. Oh, the worst thing is when, let's say you're scared to say something and then someone else says it, and then that person gets the credit and you're like, oh, I thought that, I should have just said it. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, in this scenario, it worked to my favor, just expressing my views and expressing my you know, distaste for what I was seeing. So I just think it's very important for us to just not shy away from how we feel and not shy away from what we believe, especially when we're in like corporate environments and things like that. Like, don't just go with the crowd and don't just be a sheep, because, you know, your opinion is actually needed. Because that guy actually liked what I had to say, even though he was like this top CEO guy and I was like a 17-year-old kid, you know. I'm the type of person who would never want to hurt anyone's feelings about their work or anything like that. So that is why, like, the second time I said it in a much nicer way. So of course, when you're giving criticism, remember always to be constructive. Don't just be hating and be like, ew, that's disgusting. That, like, oh, that is one thing I really don't like when people just give unsolicited advice but in an unconstructive way. It's like, who asked you? Who asked you? Do you know what I mean? In that scenario, my criticism was actually constructive, because, you know, I was just like, why would you do it in this way? Like, it's not really making sense. And he obviously, the editor-in-chief obviously, you know, agreed with me. So yeah, don't be afraid, you know, in work environments and stuff, just to say how you feel, even if no one else is feeling the same way that you do, because you could be that missing piece. But yeah, I think that also speaks to the power of like manifesting and like putting what you want out there in the universe, because, you know, I actually reached out to them like so many years prior, and then they ended up coming to me in one way or another. So I think the world is just crazy, and like God is just, it blows my mind every single time. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you had a little laugh, and I hope, you know, you were also encouraged in some way. So if you like this video, please do like, comment and subscribe. Yeah, feel free to check out another one of my videos. I have vlogs, I have fashion videos, I have hauls, all types of good stuff like that. Yeah, I upload videos twice a week, so stay in touch because there's gonna be another video very, very soon. Thank you so much for watching, guys, and check out my social media. My name on all socials is Grandy Cat. Meow. Check it out, show some love, let's connect, let's be friends. And yeah, thank you so much and have a lovely day. Bye. Mwah.